Hey, what's up, everybody? Metta World Peace here from the Test Your Greatness podcast. Make sure you go to thepandatsfriend.com. So I want to just talk about South Sudan and Sudan, as it relates to Africa. It's a weird dynamic. For us, it's a complicated dynamic because, we're same bloodline as the people in the continent of Africa. As Americans, I think there were about 20 million of us here at one point, and those 20 million, we had to go to different sources, different states, different websites to figure out where we're from. With the art that was taken and history that was gone and native tongues that was stripped from birth, and some in the middle of their lives. And now we're here I'm not going to really get into the comments that was made as maybe not the greatest jokes for a hot take, because I'm the last one that is going to judge somebody because I just can't. Then you see the national anthem of South Sudan, and from what I'm hearing and saw, it was the Sudan national anthem. Now, obviously, the Sudan, the actual word is attached to both countries, but I just think that not only do we gotta get it right, at the same time, yeah, people make mistakes, and that's 100% true. Either whether you're from America or South Sudan or Sudan, I'm not sure if I actually pronounced that entirely the right way. Wherever you're from, everybody's making mistakes. So, that's true. I could also see the frustration because if you created an opportunity for the first time ever to make it to the Olympics, and now you're putting on for your country and you're trying to come up as a country for the next 1,000 years, which I hope the best for South Sudan. I can see the frustration. But I think if you are on, the committee, or not even a committee, just if you're just programming the music, I think you should just be aware that there are multiple countries with different cultures, and just we have to be more, not only cheering on and being excited for the countries that's always winning gold medals, but there are a lot of up-and-coming countries that's doing their thing, so we just got to be a little bit more cognizant of that and responsible of that. I want to say congratulations to South Sudan and all the countries out there that's doing their thing. There's so many great storylines in the Olympics. I wish I could have played in the Olympics. I'm living through everybody. I was never an Olympian, never won a gold medal. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm okay with that. I'm really not. But, so many great storylines, even from the people from Palestine who has, I think, won some medals. When you look at the USA team and the history there with, King James still leading at the age of whatever, older, and even other countries leading in gold medals, even though the U.S. is leading in many medals. I think let's just have an Olympic session from this point on and just improve on it and kind of get it right. I've seen the faces of the players during the national anthem, and I would have been irked also, 100%. As competitive as I am, I would have been upset. So I can see why, but not every country is as blessed as other countries. There are a lot of reasons. Some we know, some we don't. But me being an African in America, not necessarily knowing what country I'm from. I feel for Sudan because I could very well be from there. I'm a little bit lighter skinned, so maybe along the way there was some mixed DNA somewhere along the way. But tall, brown skin, I can very well have been a descent. I could have very well been. The bloodline could have went all the way back. We don't know. So I'm proud to have the bloodline go back to the African continent. I don't think about it every day like I used to. I remember in about 2014, I really started researching. It was wondering and super curious, like, hold on, where am I actually from? And I was like, it's annoying. I see a lot of other coaches, they know their history. They got old art. It hasn't been touched. It's restored. And here we are, just human data in the flesh. Just driving data, driving engagement because of how talented we are, because of how flawless the swag is on multiple occasions as a whole. Not me. I don't necessarily have the swag, but you get it. And that's all we have sometimes as an African in America. Even native Africans from the continent of Africa, even the natives have a good understanding on where they're from. And it's super interesting when you go to I forget the name of the country, but when you go to that door where slaves was put into ships, promised something, contract was not even voided, it was broke. And people were sold off. Even in that country, there's a history. They can say, yeah, this is where people left and they went that way. People actually like going there because of history. I would feel a certain way when I ever do get there. But you can tell, like, even people know their history in the continent and in the separate countries in Africa. So I feel for South Sudan on many different, for many different reasons. I feel the agony, maybe the pain, the frustration, and the get back. I really do hope that there's an MVP one day, not just given because we give too many awards to our American sports, to people that's earn it. But I do wish that we see a gold medal. I hope they win a gold medal, honestly, one day. But not, as we all know, let's not be naive here. It's a real interesting, complex dynamic being a USA passported citizen, because we know where we're from, right? But at the same time, when everybody's behaving and acting responsible, I'm proud to be from the USA. When people are making me comfortable like it's home, when people are not making it like it's home, it doesn't feel like home. If that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, tell me and I'll just take down the video. So from that perspective, have empathy, have some sympathy, kind of be understanding and be aware of the come up, and the scenario, the circumstances of others. And let's compete. Everybody's competing in this world. Soccer's in the U.S. We still have an issue with foreigners coming from the U.S. to other countries not being able to have more than 2 to 3 people on a team, but they can come to the U.S. and have the whole team full of foreigners. that needs to be fixed. It's not a fair game, because what's happening is, especially the Africans in America, because we, dominate the sport, but then we go and we help everybody else get better, and we don't really have a chance, because we're so focused on, let's go to this country, let's only play 2 people, let's make them better, and then they get better and come over here, and our players don't have nowhere to play to get paid. You can map that out and roadmap that how you want. And so now, once again, we're still not even on a level playing field. They're leveling the playing field by orchestrating how it's organized. So from that perspective, still, I want to see people do well. And not they. I don't want to say they as a whole group. It's people that says, yes, we are doing this. I don't know their names, but it's them. I don't want to say they, because we get in a problem when we start to group people together, and that is irresponsible and dangerous. So I'm going to say individuals who make these rules should. It's not fair. It's not fair. And tying it back, finishing off the song, definitely feel for the country of South Sudan. But you know what? If you wasn't meant to go through whatever you're going through, you would not be there. So you should actually be and feel grateful, because you were chosen to hold your country and bring them on your back. Essentially, you're bringing us on your back too. If that's any kind of kind of reaffirming that, we support you, and we try not to be disconnected from the continent. A lot of things wasn't our fault. We try not to be disconnected, even though sometimes people from the continent is disconnected from us, talking like we not the bloodline. We had to travel, not me personally, but the bloodline had to travel in those ships. It was, not healthy, not sanitary, and just years and years and years and years. And this is a product of it. So for people for people on the continent to disconnect from us, that has never been addressed. So just going back and forth, we need to really understand each other and come together and, let's get it going. But much success to the Olympics, wishing, all the winners. You deserve it. Everybody that's participating, you are so lucky, because I wish I was an Olympian. And Metta World Peace, Test Your Greatness podcast, my podcast. Go to thepandasfriend.com, cop some merchandise. That's how we keep our podcast going. And I'm going to holler back at y'all soon.